truths are true truths. Then I added one more, as in the Nyingma teaching always, it says, so it's true. First classification of the true truth is true truth of the appearance and emptiness. And then true truths of the way things are appearing. Way things are appearing. Or that means way a relative truth is appearing. That also divided into two truths. And false, kind of like appearance of the with the duality mind is relative truth. Appearance of the like beyond the duality mind or the Vajra mind, that is the absolute truth. Simple way to tell that. So this is two truths. But again, we go back to the true truth itself, and that is now. And within that, again, this classification of the true truth of the emptiness and appearance, also where things are in the world, divided also furthermore subdivisions of the relative truth in the two categories and absolute in the two categories. And that is generally this relative truth in the two categories is where we think see. There is something that we see, commonly everybody see, and something that we see when we are defected our organs. Organs or hallucinated, our also mental, we see things. So this is what called the six senses. That means six senses or six organs. Six senses, six organs, when it's diluted, we see things, but that is not seen by commonly everyone's. So that is that object and that subject both are as false related truth or wrong related truth, wrong, incorrect related truths. And we use those examples, which is also here to those. And then these true truths, again, these classifications of the absolute truth divided into two. This is particularly particularly techniques of the Svatantrika Madhyamaka schools. Svatantrika Madhyamaka schools. This is technique. Is Svatantrika Madhyamaka schools. And what the difference between Svatantrika Madhyamaka school and the Prasangika Madhyamaka schools? What is? You remember what I said or I read in the book?
Yeah, one is the Svatantrika is they negate everything. Is that
what?
Maybe we can say that they negate everything. That they don't have a specific view. That is direct. Or am I getting mixed up? Yeah. The Prasangika.
Prasangika Madhyamaka school.
Oh dear. They have more. One is gradual and one is direct.
Right.
So,
That's true.
okay.
Exactly. Okay, Lord, you have some?
The Prasangika Madhyamaka school will accept whatever is said by other people on the relative level, but when it comes to the absolute, they'll refute what is said. Nagarjuna quotes, I don't have a particular view, so therefore there's nothing to argue with. And then in the Svatantrika Madhyamaka school, it's more gradual. They talk about relative truth in a way that points to absolute truth. They use countable and incountable. Absolute truth as a way to eventually.
That's really true. That's exactly. And so this is again, and what the distinctions between these two great schools. This is not something that has on the reality or the absolute truth. Is not something that has two different things, but where individuals are having realizations, how they can realize that, and that is then Prasangika Madhyamaka school immediately goes to the absolute truth, which is free from all those extremes. Immediately to that state pointing out that immediately, that's it. That's it. Beyond everything. And then anything position takes by others, they refute that. This is absolute level again. It's not on the relative level they're refuting. In the absolute level, they're refuting that. And that is as yesterday we went. Really, for example, let's say how the birth is taken. Birth. That means how seed developing the result or the effect. How seed develop. Seed is the cause and the effect is the result, or the seeds develop. What's called this sprout is the result. Result, how that develop. On the absolute level, they said there is no birth. No birth. Immediately refuting that. They never even not saying the absolute level there is no birth. Says there is no birth. And that is what we joined in the Heart Sutra, the end of the Heart Sutra. In Arjuna's quotation, as I read yesterday or the day before. What it says, you gracious teacher Buddha taught there is unceasing, unborn. Immediately he went to the absolute level. Nothing mentioned about any division of the relative, absolute, anything. Unborn, unceasing, and so forth. One after another. Immediately to went that. But this is the approach of the Prasangika Madhyamaka schools. Yeah, Prasangika Madhyamaka school. And the Svatantrika Madhyamaka school use that as a stepping stones. Stepping stone. And they say, in absolute level, there is no birth. Bring up the absolute. There is no birth. That indicated on the relative level, we have the birth. That they're accepting that. Relative level. And the Prasangika Madhyamaka could never mention anything. Immediately jumping. Going to the right to the target. Target to the nature. No birth. This no birth. Yesterday we discussed a little bit briefly. Birth. When we say the birth, of course, when we're not investigating, analyzing, it's fine. As Great Master Chandarakta said, it's very comfortable. Nothing there's really we have to say. It's appealing, nothing. All comfortable, appealing, it's just peaceful. There's nothing. There's no refutation or the debate or arguments at all needed. It's fine. But when we start looking how birth is taken, how producing the seed, producing the result, when we ask that questions, then there's only 4 ways to take the birth. Birth, we put that. Self, other, both, neither. There's no any other. Others. So, we have to bring up some thoughts. Say, oh, it's coming from self. Or it's coming from the others. Or it's coming from the self and the others. Or it's coming from nothing. It's just coming. Have to use that. And each of those use, and then it's not correct. Correct. It's not natural. Naturally, there is contradiction comes. It's not. Those are the Madhyamaka school, those like Prasangika. That is, of course, when also it's not just Madhyamaka school, not just only Prasangika Madhyamaka school, but also Svatantrika Madhyamaka school. When it comes to the absolute level, they use these logics too. How this coming? If it's coming from the self, then we say, yes, study. When I'm teaching said, then there is only 2 ways, 2 things. If it comes from self, then there is what the purpose of it. Self is already there. I mean, what the benefit is already there. Self means the individual, the self is self. There's no change. Self means no change. So that's not first interpretation. The second interpretation, if it's self, that means it's independent. There's no need any assistant, others. Then come so many, endless. Why is it stopping? For example, when cause develop the result sprout, there is not endless. It's just one sprout comes. But if it's stop, then it's just there's no need any circumstance, condition, other support is there. It's continuing coming. Endless coming. So those are the repetition they used. And then others too, same way. Other means others. Different. Then there can be anything other can be. There's a proving that if others come, then again, everything can have to be, why sport have to follow with the cause. Since it's other can be anything. They use examples of from the fire could come water. And from the light could come darkness. Is other. Light is different than the darkness. Darkness is different from others. Since it's coming from the others, then can be any of those. And then for both, is both that repetitions. Repetition force. And from nothing, then again it says. Again the same thing. If it's from coming nothing, that means why? Then everything not going to come as a flower of the skies. Never going to see anything. If it's not coming from any cause and condition, it's like skies. Or maybe there's always then. Since there's nothing need anything, then all the time. So those are, when you use logic, when you use reason, when you use intelligence, if we look exactly what is, then it comes like that. But then what is Madhyamaka schools or the reality? Then that is what integrates it. It magically comes. This comes. It's all entered by coordinations. It's just illusion level. It's all arising, magical comes. Magically arising, magically transcendental. It's all relative truth. It's all magically arising. Arising, if you start looking to the point, to the source itself, there's nothing substantial existing. That is known as the emptiness. Where appearing things come is a cooperation, not just by one or the thing, this and that. It's a cooperation of many things. Arising this is that's called Khenchen in the Buddha teachings in the Tibetan. The Juma Tao means as magically magical. The way coming is magic, way it cooperating, everything is magic. To grow one's sprout, it's not just a seed alone develop that. It has so many conditions involved to bring up that sprout, what we see small green at the beginning. It has so many conditions that we don't detect at the eye. So many, all cooperated. And all are interlinked. And all are also harmonized in a way. They're joined together. In each of those are also magic. There's no substantial solid existence. It's all. That is the how it is. So therefore, Prasangika Madhyamaka goes immediately to that without using any kind of in the absolute level there is no birth. They're not using that any detail. And the Svatantrika Madhyamaka School then use in the absolute level there is no birth. Or no birth, such a use. That. And again, the Prasangika Madhyamaka School is going beyond everything. That means the existing, non-existing, either and neither, goes anything. And the Svatantrika Madhyamaka School using, as I said, the stepping stone, there is no birth. So, in the absolute, you can catch something in our mind to hope, but there is no birth. And then you investigate and analyze. Analyze, and it's true, and then you kind of hold that. That is what is called to holding that things. mind. That's called countable absolute truth. Countable absolute truths. Then, when you got that realization, Svatantrika and Prasangika, even that no-birth thought is not existent. No birth thought is not true. That is grasping, clinging, and beyond, then lead to the, then exactly as Prasangika Madhyamaka, beyond every aspect. That is known as incountable absolute truth. That is the absolute. And so therefore, there is truth in the Svatantrika and Madhyamaka school. Countable absolute truth, incountable absolute truth. That's what they do. And then in the Prasangika Madhyamaka school, it is incountable absolute truth. Immediately to that approach. So that is like, again, really, I think you catch something?